Hello, my beautiful draft house. We are coming at you live with Swept Under Fancy Rugs. I am Marzi, and I will be playing Mariz. Yes, that's confusing. Yes, that's on purpose. And I'm joined by. God damn it. You just immediately got me out of my smooth radio host voice. God damn it.
Your radio voice is weak.
Fuck you.
If you can't keep it up for just me snorting once.
My radio host voice is fucking smooth.
Smooth and weak.
Fuck you. Introduce yourself and your character, bastard.
Hi, my name is Breaks, and I'm playing Johan Klarstein today.
You sure fucking are.
And today's FPS takes place probably a decent time past the Fantonette or Fartonette special.
Yeah, it's been a while because we agreed that this would be also after Into the Thicket of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a good long while. Like, there's probably contact in passing, because like, they're still like Johan is still Mariz's friend, but like, they're still very awkward about. Well, one, about acknowledging that they're friends with the person without being, like, mean about it.
Yeah, gotta work on that.
Yeah, they're working on it. And two, just people who are involved in Fantonette Spectacular in particular, they feel bad.
Oh.
Like everyone's saying it's not their fault, but they feel bad. But they're working on it. They're going to therapy. I promise. They're going to therapy.
Good. Has therapy been particularly fruitful?
They're doing their best. They're still nervous, and they're like still not good at talking about their feelings.
Oh. Well, I mean that's a great, apparently doing well enough to feel like they can visit Johan.
Yeah, today is a good day, and there's been something that they've been wanting to do for a while, because they're friends. They're friends now.
They're friends, Your Honor.
They're friends, Your Honor. Mariz has a present to give Johan that is half thank you for being a part of the party that saved me from an awful puppet present, half an I'm sorry for every fucking awful thing I've ever done to you present.
Oh.
Because God, Mariz sure did bully Johan the most.
Yup.
And like that's half because rancid vibes that are still there, but Mariz is choosing to ignore. And also half because God, he's such a fucking nerd. How could they not? That's okay. It's all affectionate now.
Okay. So I think Mariz is like following the directions to Johan's apartment block. Air quotes.
Yes, the apartment that Johan lives in. As Banana
and notices that the probably notices that the surroundings are getting steadily fancier.
Yeah.
And fancier.
And it's like, damn, the fuck kind of high-rise, expensive apartments does Johan live in? That's not an apartment complex. Just has like the address written down and like vague directions that they're following like on a piece of paper, and they look up and there's just a dawning horror as they realize this is not an apartment complex. I can't believe Mariz, aside from Johan, has to be the smart one of the baby squad.
Oh.
I gesture at their both negative intelligence and negative wisdom.
Oh, baby.
They're not smart. Stop making them be responsible.
Oh.
Yeah, is it like gated? Is it like a gate that they have to, like
there's like a wall, there's like a gate. And there's like a little front garden. Just pretty modest.
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 There's like, just like a fountain.
God.
And then you go past the fountain and up to the front door. It's nice, like a nice little porch with.
Mariz
And
at
there's
that
like one of
point.
those carved knockers on the door.
Mariz at that point is already a very dark purple.
Oh.
They're like, oh god, what the fuck? This is the fanciest place I've ever stepped foot into, and I'm not even inside yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did Mariz like send word ahead that they were coming?
Oh god, probably not.
Okay.
But yeah, they
So do.
they lift up a hand to the knocker and then kind of pull their hand back, and they reach their hand out again, and it hovers there. They're like, right, God, okay, and they tap, and then they pull their hand back like they've been burnt.
Oh no, there is a beat, and then there is a very, very tall badger toon.
God.
In a fancy butler outfit, standing on the other side, looks down. Guten Tag. This is the Class 10 residence.
Hi. Is Johan here today?
Yeah. He is. Are you here to see him?
Yes.
Very good. Would you like to wait inside or outside? And what name should I tell him?
I could come inside, I guess. It's Meadow. Meadow is here.
Very good. Well, I've heard much about you. If you will just follow me.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
Like right along the inside, you take there's like a nice little fancy hall, dark woods, nice carpets, and sconces on the side of the wall.
God.
There's a portrait on the far end of a lion. Doesn't look like Johan, but probably looks like he's related.
Sure is a lion.
But you're taken into what looks like a little sitting parlor. It's like a nice place. It's got some nice couches, and the furnishings are nice. There's like a little coffee table, really nice dark wood, well carved.
It is so fucking obvious that everything in this one room is more expensive than the Meadowglow Dillinger apartment. And Mariz is just that very dark purple as they are just standing there.
Would you like some refreshments while you wait?
Sure, cool. Definitely.
Does tea suit you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent. I will inform the chef.
Cool.
His tea is quite good. I should know. Apparently trying to set your mind at ease a little bit by being a little bit more familiar. It doesn't work. Probably doesn't work.
Not really, but it's okay.
Yeah. So the badger leaves you. And a few minutes later, you hear something approaching from down the hall, and there's a little tea cart that is pushed in by another badger. This time wearing a little chef's apron. Brings in a little tea tray, sets it on the coffee table. Has Mariz moved from the spot?
No, and like at the edges of their dress and their hair is creeping in a little bit of gray.
Hello, darling.
Hi.
I've got a lovely black tea today. I've also got a few scones over here. Uh, would you would you like to take a seat?
Oh god.
I think like the chef, a bit more informal, like actually comes and like scoots Mariz towards the couch. So
They'll
just
sit, but god, they are moving like everything in this place is made of glass.
probably doesn't help that you are given a little saucer with a nice little teacup, and
Probably
it
not.
smells lovely. Yeah, and there's like a little scone on the side. Now, I recommend dipping the scone in the tea myself, as the scones they're good warm, but uh, they've cooled down a bit.
Oh, uh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And Maris does not have a lot of like they're a baby chef. They don't actually have a lot of experience with scones in particular. So
Mm-hmm.
they very very carefully dip and take a bite.
How do you like it? I tried I tried doing something like a bit like a biscotti with the scone.
Their shoulders do relax a bit because yes, good food. This they know. This they can deal with.
Mhm. Excellent. I'm just watching Blaze's bewilderment in the chat
You
with
dip
tea crimes.
scones into tea?
Tea crimes!
Jail for
Jail.
1,000 years.
Okay, I think at that point, like seeing that you've relaxed a little bit, the chef just kind of leaves the rest of the scones and the tea on the table and takes the little tray, the little wheeled cart back to the out of the waiting room.
There's a very like it's not as like high pitched and panicky, but there's a quiet thank you
Mm-hmm.
as they go.
Mm-hmm. There's like a grandfather clock that's just kind of like.
Oh god, that does not help. God, now that they're alone, like they finish their scone. There's like that feeling of oh god, I can't move. Everything in this entire room is like my apartment times 10. My kingdom for the couch pile.
um, yeah, it's a few minutes, but eventually you hear a very familiar, tap, 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 and then Johan enters the parlor.
When Johan gets there, Maris is like hands like in their lap, just staring like vaguely downwards into the middle distance. And they're that dark purple, like they're like now at that point because they were waiting for a bit. They're half that really dark purple and like with gray pulling at the edges.
I think, yeah, that like Johan takes one look and is like, Maris, Maris, oh no, okay, like goes back out and then like pulls like a little bell, like pulls like a cord, and there's like a bell that rings deeper inside the house. Okay, Maris, like asking again, hopefully.
Like an audible bell, like Maris could hear it.
Like further in the house, it's very muffled from this
That's
distance.
Fair. Bell noise still bad.
Mm-hmm.
They do kind of flinch, and they look up, and it's like, oh, hi.
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 I Like, he remembers the gray from the Fantonette fight, and, like, the dark purple, he's pretty sure knows what that color means. What, whatever's the matter? Are you okay? Did something bad happen?
And they kind of
Like,
vaguely gesture just to the room in general.
like, Johan looks around and, I'm gonna go ahead and roll, like, a wisdom check to see if he can correctly interpret the... Oh, an 11. So, like, I don't think he quite understands that it's the surroundings that are bothering them. Thinks that something really bad happened and they're inoculate what happened at the moment. But, like, at that point, like, the butler comes back in, asks Johan, like, what he would like, and Johan directs the butler to assist you up to Mariz up to Johan's rooms.
As they're walking, Mariz, like, very quiet, like, almost like hysterically, just muttering, like, oh god, everything in that room, everything you've seen, my dinky little apartment, and everything in that room could pay off the entire building.
That's when Johan finally gets the shock. Okay. Yeah, it's this home has been in my family for several generations.
But Anna told me you lived in an apartment.
I guess it does kind of look like an apartment.
It does not look like an apartment.
Very fancy apartment. But no, this is. I mean, I have a suite of rooms. Perhaps that's why she thought it was an apartment. But anyway, it's a bit more simpler in there. So, a bit more. Well, most everything in there is meant to impress other nobility. So, it's a little less ostentatious in my room. Just in here, if you would please, Bernard.
Cool.
And finally guides you into the suite of rooms, and it's much more comfy looking. It's not nearly as fancy, that there are like still little things here and there, but there's a nice plate. There's like a nice couch that isn't as fancy as the one downstairs. Obviously has seen some use, but very clean, fastidious, that sort of thing. Though there are a lot of books everywhere.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was about to ask, because seeing all of the books, that's what finally gets the shoulders to drop a little again. Like, okay, yes, my nerd friend and all of his nerdy books. Perfect.
But yeah, like you're directed to just sit down on the couch and like somehow the chef came up behind and brought the tea set back in, and it's a less like Johan's like whispers in their ear, and they go back and get like a less fancy set.
As Mariz is like made to sit, they just kind of like they lean forward and like head in hands as they like
I think Johan just kind of like awkwardly sits and grabs a cup of tea, pours Mariz one, and just kind of takes a sip.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, I was very happy to hear that you were visiting. I'm so sorry that we've put you in such a state.
No,
Just take your time.
Oh god. Oh, by the mother. That one room, that one room would probably equal the entire cost of my apartment complex. If not, probably more. And that's a little terrifying.
It's kind of the point.
That's wild.
Probably don't go calling it a counter or a duke's place.
Johan, this is as wild as me finding out that Gizdep does indeed have a crown ruler. I didn't know that.
I still don't understand how you did not know that.
I don't know.
Huh.
I will say, like, they are laughing at, like, just how ridiculous this is. That gray is going away. It's chased down by, like, a teal, but there's still, like, edges of that really dark purple as they're kind of, like, head in hands and kind of laughing.
Well, he's glad to see that the gray is getting replaced by some color. Well, he's never actually had somebody react quite like this before, too. So I think he just kind of gives them some time, like, to just, like, process that. But I think he will go into, like, the other room, which is, like, his bedroom, and retrieve, like, I bet, like, he's been borrowing, like, some manga sets. So he brings back, like, the one that he borrowed.
Yeah.
And puts it on the table. I finished this some time back. I just I had not thought to mail it back to you, but since you're here, I can just return some.
Let me pull up my list of knockoff manga. Which one would Mariz have lent to him? Honestly, we brought it up once in an impromptu repeat. Probably the sign language one. The knockoff name being a sign of endearment.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a really cute one about a guy dating a deaf deaf girl meeting and dating a guy who slowly is working very, very hard to learn sign language so she doesn't have to worry.
Oh.
It's very cute.
This was, yeah, and, like, I think he just, like, starts talking about, like, his impressions on the series.
That's definitely helping, because if there's one thing Mariz fucking loves talking about besides cooking, it's manga. They definitely, like, perk up when they see the couple of volumes that they loaned. And it chases away, like, the last bits of that really dark purple, and they're just fully, like, the teal and a sky blue as they're just chatting about this. This is good.
Okay, good. I think, like, at that point, Johan himself, like, kind of visibly relaxes a little bit. Just because, okay, good. He's being a good host. Not putting his guests into conniptions. But yeah, he was also really did enjoy the manga. So I imagine they spent a little time talking about that. What originally brought you here today?
Oh, I brought you something.
More manga?
Well, we can also talk about manga, but another thing. Do you want to roll me an insight? I don't think this is the color they would be now. I don't think that'd be one that Johan would see a lot of from them.
14?
I'd say that's good enough. They're like a cherry red. And what does help is so I've drawn Mariz with, like, the blocky sort of blush.
Yeah.
And yeah, with the 14, especially with the like blocky blush that appears on their face. They're just a little embarrassed about what it is that they've brought Johan.
Oh. Like, inwardly, Johan is, like, squinting, like, because what? Mariz was the most vociferous and enthusiastic promoter of, like, these cute little romance mangas. What on earth did they bring that would make them blush like this?
What would Mariz, who will, like, no problem at all, yell their opinions about cutesy shoujo romance manga, what could it be?
This fairy throwing cupcakes at him. What are they embarrassed about? What is going on? He's... Oh. But, he's not gonna, draw attention to that.
Because that would be very rude.
Mm-hmm.
But not looking at him, just kind of, like, awkwardly, pointedly looking not at him, out of their hyperspace, they pull out a very long box. It's like, it's there's a little bow on it. It's very cute.
Like, a gift.
Yeah, I brought you a present.
Did you just say president?
I know I said present. I said present. Stop.
Brought you a president.
No.
Abraham Lincoln.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Okay. We have fun here.
We do have fun here.
But I think he very formally accepts the present. Sits down and sets it on his lap, and he's like, should I open it now?
Mariz is like kind of like glancing at him, but also still like trying not to look because they're still horribly embarrassed. It's like, yeah, go ahead.
Is the intensity of this color like becoming more intense, or
it doesn't do that with Mariz's colors? It's not like Tobias, but
okay.
The big like block of color on their face.
Is it expanding?
It expands.
Like, I think that he gets up and like experimentally like moves a little further away to see if it to see if like the color will change, or
no.
I could open it later, or
no. Mariz just puts their head in their heads like, no, it's fine, you can open it now. I do want to know if you like it.
Oh, okay. I'm certain I will, whatever it is, I will cherish it. But yeah, it undoes the packaging and opens it up, and what's inside?
It's a broom.
It's a broom. Like, what's this? Is it just like? Does it look like an ordinary broom?
God, do they look like? Wooden broom, weighs 3 pounds, functions like a mundane broom. It sure does look like a broom.
Like he stares at it for a beat, and then puts on like his best, pleased face, and thanks Mariz most graciously for their lovely gift.
I wonder if I should roll an insight.
Go ahead.
Fuck! No, I'm luck pointing that. I'm luck pointing.
Go for it.
Please.
um, it's perhaps a little more formal than you would have expected, considering what it is. But maybe it just doesn't occur to you that the fact that while an item of well, a considerable present, it doesn't exactly look like a considerable present.
Yeah, Mary's kind of like, they pause, and the red is chased away with like a bubblegum pink. Is it like, oh, that's not the reaction I was expecting? And they look up.
Like Johan is in the moment, like takes the broom out, like turns it over. I'm gonna have him do like an investigation.
Okay.
Investigation check. A 22. Okay. So he's looking it over, giving it a really good inspection. Remarks on the lovely cherry wood that's been used for the handle of the broom. And the nice little how neatly everything is. All the strands of straw have been tied together.
What probably confuses him are the thing that ties all the strands together has little charms hanging off of it.
Oh, that's probably what first clues him into. And I'll have him go ahead and roll an Arcana, because I think then he starts noticing like the little details. 14. I mean,
it's definitely this is magic. This is a magic room. Mariz is just watching him look it over, and they're so perplexed. And like, it didn't occur to them that Johan would not know what this is at first glance, and they just kind of snort.
This is enchanted?
Yeah, I got you. It's a broom of flying. I got it for you.
Like, at that, like, you get, like, a genuine look of surprise, like...
That gets them to go red again as they kind of look away and very, like, nervously like, yeah, I mean, I know sometimes you have trouble walking places, and I wanted to help you. I thought it'd be good.
The surprise is, like, replaced with, like, academic and like eager interest in this item now. So he's like a witch.
Like a witch, like I guess like the ones in Villestown, like Miss Road, and that movie star lady.
Yeah. Like he like he like puts it, strides it like a witch.
Yeah.
And then like gives a little hop.
There snorts. It's like, no, there's
okay, apparently that doesn't work. Okay.
There's a command word.
Oh, a command word. What is what? Would you mind letting me know?
That's when Mariz turns a color that Johan knows very well.
It's
that olive green as the most shit-eating grin gets plastered on their face.
Like, God. Like, Johan's ears do, like, they flatten and turn back a little bit. Like, oh no. But, what is the command word for this?
Oh yeah, the command word that you'd have to say every time you use it. It's pom-pom.
There is just a long moment of dead silence as Johan is just staring at Mariz.
They're so fucking proud of themselves. Like, they were genuinely embarrassed to present this to Johan, but now that they've gotten to their punchline, they're so fucking satisfied.
And Johan just takes a deep breath. Lets it out. Um, uh, and then I'm trying to decide. He just very quiet, like still astride the broom. He just like looks at Mariz, looks down at the broom, and then looks back at them, and then very, very quietly says, "Pom pom."
Yep, and it starts to hover, and he's just
Oh,
hovering there.
oh, this is and then he like says "pom pom" to deactivate, and it lowers back to the ground.
Yep.
And he takes it out from like, and then tries a side saddle kind of position on the broom and turns it back on. And finds that a bit more comfortable to
That's
sit in.
fair.
And then tries to just takes it very shakily, like a kid just first learning how to ride a bike. Okay, yeah.
There's at some point, they're like they are still they're like at the edges still that olive green, but they're mostly teal now because they are glad that he is using it, and they will hover nearby, just like flying with their own wings, just to make sure he doesn't fucking fall off or anything.
How about
no,
as easy as falling off a bike? Let's see how the boy does.
Let's see how the boy does.
Yeah.
Oh,
a 4.
darling. I wonder if I should make a deck save to see if Mariz can catch him.
Go for it.
Okay, what's your deck save, Mariz?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
25. Yeah. So, like, he's trying his, like, he's gotten a little bit of confidence, and now he's sitting up a little straighter and not gripping the broom as quite as tightly. But on that first curve around the corner of the room, he starts overcompensating for like the leading into the curve. It starts falling backwards, and then
nope, Mariz is there, wings buzzing, catching him by the shoulders. Is like,
yeah.
Nope.
Like you see, like this mane along the top, it like poofed up a little bit. Okay, like he grips onto the broom a little harder. I might make some adjustments just for safety's sake. But this is a like he takes it down and then kind of like quietly mutters "pom pom" to it and turns it off. This is probably one of the most thoughtful gifts I've ever received. Mary says, "Thank you."
Oh, God, there was a flash of that olive green as they were gonna like tease him a little again, but they were not expecting like something that genuine.
Aww.
They turn red and they kind of like kick at the ground. It's like, yeah, no problem. I'm glad you like it or whatever.
Aww. Babies, the both of them.
Yeah, Mary's just like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm glad, and I hope that it helps, and whatever and stuff.
It certainly shall. Man, if I'd had this for the Fantonette fight with that puppet, I probably wouldn't have spent so much time on the floor of that stage.
Well, I mean, like, forget that part. Man, those lines you spewed, that was rad.
Like, he clears his throat and, like, makes a big do of, like, finding a place to put the broom of flying in the room. Probably gets put on the mantle for the time being over the little fireplace.
They really are just both babies.
Well, I always regret not taking the job with the engineer at the studio, but I do have other pressing matters. But I always did fancy perhaps a little bit of theater performance, so I read a few plays.
I mean, nothing is stopping us from just, for funsies, doing a play. For funsies.
Like his ears prick up a little bit at that, and then he glances towards like his bedroom, and then the ears kind of just settle back into kind of like a neutral position. Well, play saw a big production, lots of time spent.
They don't have to be if it's just for funsies and it's us goofing off a little.
Like he looks at Mariz at that, like, how do you mean? Usually there's a lot of like memorization, rehearsals.
Well, yeah, but it's not like we'd be doing it for money. It'd be to, I don't know, mess around. Just what is acting on a stage if not just scripted LARPing?
Like, has Johan heard
Oh my
the term
god!
LARP before? 1 for a yes, 2 for a no. 2 for a no. He like tilts his head at that, like confused. Scripted LARPing? LARPing.
Oh no. Oh, that makes me sound like such a dweeb that I know what LARPing is. It's live action role. You know when you see little kids in like the park and they're playing pretend and like swinging sticks at each other and pretend it's like that.
Okay.
But it's like people our age or older, and they have like they're still fake but like cool looking like play swords and fake armor and stuff. It's I don't know, like for funsies, costumed play pretend basically for people our age or older.
Huh. But with scripted lines, or?
Well, I mean, like if it's a group of people who are doing it together on a regular basis, there might be things that they do like impromptu and scripted just to like keep whatever story they have going, I guess.
Huh. I'll have to look into it a bit more. As of Ezo, I don't think I have. Well, I'm not. I'll look into it. I don't know if I'll have the time to maintain such a hobby.
That's fair. Well, I mean,
How are you
What?
feeling, by the way, after all of that? Are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay, I think. Dillinger got me and Fleck going to therapy now.
Oh,
It's helping. It's hard.
like he nods along. Yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Um, and well, for my part, I'm very glad we have you back.
I'm glad to be back. It's also kind of why I brought you that broom. It's kind of a thank you for being there and saving me from an awful puppet. Kind of a I'm sorry for every awful thing I've ever done to you present.
Oh, like at that, there's like a definite pause there as he kind of absorbs that little tidbit. You didn't have to. I understand why you did what you did when you first met me.
That doesn't mean it's okay that I did it.
Perhaps not, but I hold no ill feeling towards you. And my offer to take you to Frühlingswald so that you can meet up as the spring court still stands.
Have you met and interacted with a lot of Fae from the spring court?
Not as much in the past 5 years or so, but when I was a child, I would see them fairly frequently.
Are they nice?
Yeah, they are a vibrant folk. And they definitely have their rules. It's good to follow those rules. But they also enjoy a good bit of fun. And lots of things that a young child might enjoy exploring.
Am I anything like any of them?
Oh, yeah. Uh, it's one of the it's one of the reasons I asked if you were from the spring court we first met.
That makes sense. You'd have way more experience with that than I do.
Just, I mean, you do. There are a few differences, which I imagine are due to the circumstances of you living here. You just choose to like out the window towards Toontown,
Mm.
um, instead of back in the spring court. Uh, usually the phase are more frank and alley, maybe some worn. Beings are somewhat fair.
Oh. Uh. So. I. Mm, I. Okay. I. You know more about them than I do. I need to ask this. But, if this conversation ever leaves this room, no mercy upon you.
Johan just kind of like mimes like locking his lips and throwing away the key.
I. I. Johan, I'm really scared. What if
So
I. What if I. I've been awful to so many people. And what if it's. What if I'm just incapable of being nice to people?
you, Marzi, Mariz, I don't. Uh, yes, I, I don't think you need to worry about that. I mean, like he rummages around in like his hammer space and pulls out a very, well at this moment still very squashed cupcake that might look familiar.
Whereas squints at that and is like, have you had that this entire time?
I mean, yeah, that doesn't go bad in the hammer space.
I threw that at you to be
It,
mean.
you gave me a cupcake.
I threw it at you with the intention of it splattering all over your clothes.
People give things in weird ways. He puts the hammer, the cupcake back in his hammer space.
You said they were fun, and I have been awful to you. Oh god, what if I take after whoever stole me?
I don't think that's the case. There's a lot more of the spring court in you than I think you realize. And a lot of your family, I think, just from what I've seen of them. I don't think whoever stole you did you a great disservice. But I don't think whoever it was in your life long enough beyond the effect that it had on your life, I don't think you take after them. I will say that pulling the pranks on me is fairly common for the spring court, but I mean, you don't get that urge with other folks, correct? Just with me?
I I mean, it's there still, that feeling that I should be mad at you over something. But like,
Ah,
I don't know. I didn't think that was fair after everything that you've done for me. So I've been trying really hard to not do that.
well, you're not alone in that. It's well, well, my family has an agreement with the Supreme Court. I did do something to anger the court personally, so I am somewhat mocked in that sense. So I don't believe it is your personality. It's like uh, like geese flying south for the winter. Uh,
I don't think you deserve it.
Thank you.
God, you are the most ruthlessly polite person I've ever met in my life, ever.
Thank you. I have had much practice. Speaking of the Supreme Court, you did read the primer I gave you, correct?
Oh yeah, I brought it with me also to visit that friend I told you that I have in a little corner.
Ah, um, so you read up the part about Eve?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not exactly a great illustrator, but there is, if you feel up to venturing into the more uh, ostentatious parts of the household, there is a library, and there is a painting of her, if you'd like to go see it.
Mariz like sits up at that and is like, "Oh, uh, yeah, yeah, okay."
Okay. Um, would you like a blindfold or?
I think I can hold myself together enough now that I know what I'm dealing with.
Okay. um, and I'm gonna have Johan uh coin. Does he take the broom down or does he just walk? He just walks.
mm, as they're leaving,
He's going to get a little practice in later.
that's
Right
fair.
now, it may be a bit too much chance of breaking something important.
That's
Um,
fair.
mhm. So he grabs his cane, um, the cane that you now know is a sword cane.
God, that's
Um,
still so. I can't believe in my game is where you dropped that knowledge.
um, but yeah, so heads back downstairs. You pass the room of ostentatiousness, and further back into the first floor. There is a set of double doors, and you go past that painting of the very formal looking lion.
Oh, Maris does
Um,
pause and it's like, man, I guess this makes sense.
but yeah, that is my great grandfather.
That's a lot of
Uh,
greats.
it's an old family. Um, You'll notice that the lion in the picture is a tawny lion, not a white lion.
Mm.
But yeah, then leads you to a set of double doors and opens them up, and there is a lovely little library.
Ooh, fancy.
Mm-hmm. Lots of books.
So many books.
So many books. Probably some empty spot, like a good number of empty spots on those shelves that you think are probably books that are now relocated up to Johan's room.
Mariz sees these empty spots and is like, yeah, that tracks. Just out loud.
What tracks? And anyway, leads you through the rows of bookshelves and then pauses at the end of like one aisle and says, "If you head out here and turn left, you'll see her."
Oh, and that's okay.
It's a very good painting.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and make your own impression.
Mariz kind of like flies a bit forward, kind of nervously glances back at him, and then goes on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in a little reading alcove, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the woodwork for this particular alcove has been delicately carved into like flowering vines and like a little scenic woodland thing, but its main attraction is the dark picture on the back that shows like a dark kind of Baroque style with deep blacks and greens in the background, so that its subject shines all the more. It is a lovely unicorn.
And I imagine Mariz, Johan is giving them space and cannot see them.
Mm-hmm.
And does not see the fucking caramel dancing let's shoot through this little fairy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like, also giving Mariz a chance for a little bit of privacy.
Yeah. And they just slowly, sort of wide-eyed, just place themselves right in front of it, just hovering in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, Johan can hear the buzzing of their wings.
Yep. Just gives them a few minutes to look it over and lets them decide when to come back. Yeah, no reason he wouldn't want to, look at Eve himself.
Yeah, I bite you and I shake you like a squeaky toy.
But yeah, so you want to give us like a little insight into the caramel dance and the colors?
Yeah, like, God, there's a little bit of like, God, I'm not good at describing these colors. I should have written it down. There's like that teal, and kind of like a spring green, and then kind of a bubblegum pink, and like that really, really dark purple, and something almost like a periwinkle, like just shoots through them.
Mm-hmm. This is some tasty colors.
That's some tasty colors, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the new ones they unlocked after their character development. The periwinkle in particular. Oh, hang on, I'm being called.
Oh, okay.
I gave
short break. I crouched out of my chair, so I'm a little shorter. Commercial break. Oh God. Let's see. Are you tired of sayings traveling through your garden, tearing up your mistletoe that you've planted so lovely on your trees, so you can get a kiss with your sweetheart? Well, Look no more. We have a team of dedicated Santa exterminators. We have our own Mariz, Metal Glow, and Fleck Middle Glow. Yeah, this team of dedicated exterminators will come around to your place, and you will not have to worry about any Santas in your garden no more. They'll stay away from your house for a 1 block radius. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I will never be the same.
Is
So,
this
if you want to get rid of,
Dillinger?
you want to get rid of, if you want to get rid of Santas in your garden, give us a call at 1-800. Oh my God.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Alright, you fucking doofus.
My favorite thing is a 1-800 oh my God would probably work legitimately as a US phone call.
I think so. I think it would.
Yeah, so OHM would be the 3, and then YGOD. Yeah.
Stop! No, we can't do that to you. We can't do that on YouTube, can we?
1-800 oh my God will not get you to anywhere that we know of. So if you're gonna be calling that, good luck.
God, I completely forgot what I was saying before I had to mute. Fuck.
The periwinkle, I think, is where you were.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The periwinkle in particular, is coupled with a very dark navy blue. As they almost reach their hand out at the painting before, like, pulling it back. Because, for people who don't know the new colors. Yeah, that periwinkle, because it's a little on the blue side, and usually light blues for Mariz are happy colors. This one is one of the rare exceptions. This one, they look at this painting, and something in them just feels a little lonely.
Oh.
And it's not like how I've described other times, that like that lonely feeling that they had when they were younger. It's definitely not as strong, but there's like a little tug of that, like, sort of like a hollow pang in their chest.
Baby.
But yeah, and they gather themselves. They do not mention the fact that they sniffle a little.
Aw.
Don't worry about
And
it.
if Johan hears anything, he mentions nothing.
I wonder if I should roll a perception or anything on this painting.
Well, I imagine you're just kind of Mariz is just kind of committing it to memory.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll anything for that. It's got a pretty good significance. It's a pretty. It's very significant to the Spring Court.
Yeah. And after a moment of doing their very best to just commit this to memory and keep this image in their mind, their shoulders relax a little, and they take a deep breath, and they turn kind of a. It's a very, like, grass green shade as they let themselves relax, and they fly back to Johan. And they give him kind of a sort of like lopsided, awkward smile as they're like, haha, you match.
Uh, he looks down at his vest and back up to them and like, uh, yeah.
I meant you and her, and they kind of
Oh,
point at his tail.
uh, yeah, that is a, we both have the pom-pom.
You sure do.
And inwardly, he's thinking, oh, we both got a little horn.
Ah, yep. I'm gonna fucking shake you.
Yep. But he doesn't say that part aloud. Nope.
No, he does not. I bite you and I shake you like you're a squeaky toy, you son of a bitch. God damn you.
Uh, so I take it, you don't want to.
Oh, you were like breaking up, homie. Hello?
Oh, uh, so, I take it you're done looking at her?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no promises that I won't end up showing up again to look again. But yeah, I think I'm good for today.
Okay. Uh, and he pauses and like studies you intently for a bit.
They're
Seems to
just
think,
they're just standing there.
if I told you it was possible to talk to her,
Isn't she all the way in Marchit Garden near Frühlingswald?
well, she is my patroness, so I have a means of communication.
Oh yeah, you're a warlock. I fucking forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, uh,
Whatever Maris's color is doing.
they had this little moment of, oh yeah, you're a warlock. That's rad. And then it sinks in, and they kind of turn like a neon grape purple as they look down at the ground, and they're like, oh, with that, I mean, what uh, I
You
wouldn't.
don't need to do it today.
I
It could
mean,
be.
I don't want to bother her.
I think. I think she would be happy to talk with you. Honestly. But you don't have to do it today if you don't want.
I I want. Oh God, by the mother, I want to, but I am very, very nervous. Oh, what would I
That's
even
understandable.
say? What would I even say?
Well, I did tell them. I did tell her that we found you, and she was happy to hear that you were safe after all this time. And she is. Well, I think she would just like to maybe hear from you. Because, well, for the past 16 years, the general thought for the Spring Court was that you were no longer of this world. So, something of the prodigal child.
Oh, I guess it probably was a really big deal when I was stolen, then, huh?
Yeah. First time it had happened in, well, over since the last erasure.
Oh, that's a really big deal.
Yeah. So, no pressure, but he removes like this battered old journal and turns it upside down, and with like a whoosh of mist, it's suddenly this beautiful tome. Um, and eyes down, looking only at it, he walks around the corner to the little nook with the
Mm-hmm.
painting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Bites you.
And sets it open on the little table there. Takes out a quill and writes something in the journal. You gonna look to see what he's writing, or?
Mariz is very awkwardly and like kind of like timidly like peeks over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Uh, he just writes, "Guten Tag, Eve. Are you free?" And the writing sits there for a second, then just seems to be absorbed into the paper until it's blank. And after about 30 seconds, text appears in a different hand. "Good evening, Johan. I am. What can I help you with this evening?"
Johan hears Maris's breath kind of catch
Mm-hmm.
and feels the like very nervously like grip onto the back of his vest.
"I have a visitor today, uh, that I spoke with you of earlier. Uh, I do not know if they are comfortable writing to you as of yet." And, like, at that, he like pauses and like turns so he can just make eye contact with Maris, like an unasked question.
Oh god. They're still that like it's like that bright neon purple as they kind of pause, like one hand still like nervously like holding the back of his vest before they like slowly reach for the pen.
Mm-hmm. And he just hands it to them and moves aside a little so Maris gets can write comfortably. So what does Maris write?
When he like scoots a little, they probably like move to just like grip onto his sleeve. Cause God, they're so
No.
nervous.
No.
And their other hand kind of shaking. They write, "Hello, my name is Mariz Meadowglow."
Um, Maris probably isn't paying attention, but Johan does not seem at all surprised by this. But then, just kind of like probably just kind of turns slightly away so that Maris has at least the semblance of privacy.
A little
Um,
privacy, but also still there for emotional support.
yep, the emotional support line. Um,
Excuse me, sir, that's my emotional support line.
but yeah, the like his did the words, the ink fades into the paper, and a few seconds later, "Hello, Maris. My name is Eve. It is very good to hear from you, little one. How are you doing?"
I'm doing well. I can't believe I didn't know you existed until like a few months ago.
There's a pause, and then, "Better late than never. I am very eager to see you. I hope you'll be visiting at some point."
I want to visit. I want to meet you. I want you to meet my siblings. I got adopted here in Toontown.
That is good. I owe a great debt to those who took you in and took care of you. I'm sorry that I was not there to do so myself. Will you tell them, will you give them my thanks?
Yeah. I'll tell them.
Your siblings here are eager to see you.
Johan hears that hitch again, and
Oh.
and Mariz puts the pen down to scrub at their face.
Oh.
And they scoop it back. They scoop back the pen, and it's a little sloppier now. So like, I'm really excited to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
God, my cats are at my fucking door. Shit.
Kitties. Oh.
God damn it! I knocked over my microphone.
I heard that.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
It's good. It's good. It's good. We need a little levity. I guess there's a bit of a pause. Take heart, little one. You've been lost for a long time. Come see us when you're ready.
I will. I promise. And then, almost like hurriedly after they write promise, they write it again 2 more times.
Oh. And I think, like, around the edges of the I promise, like little drawings of like marginalia, almost like in brilliant colors, like little vines like grow up and over them and little flowers bloom on it.
What?
Before finally everything fades into the page and there's no response.
Mariz puts the pen down. It takes a deep breath. And finally lets go of Johan's sleeve just to, like, scrub at their face again.
Johan gives them a chance to, you know what, actually? I think he gives them a little bit of time to kind of compose himself, but then kind of turns and like opens up his arms like offering a hug.
Mariz kind of sniffles, and like they're that teal color. They're absolutely that teal color. Is they're like scrubbing at their face, and just like they absolutely give him a hug.
Aww. Oh. Like I said, she's she's she was very happy to learn that you're alive.
I'm gonna have to see her soon. I made a promise and everything.
Yeah. We'll have to arrange things with your older sister. And probably
yes.
see if perhaps your whole family would like to come. I'm certain we could accommodate them.
I do really want them to meet everyone.
It's to be a very big family reunion.
Oh man, I can't believe I have a big family.
You have so many cousins.
Holy shit, my family is huge, and I thought Toby had a big family.
Well, Toby is fair, correct?
Yeah. He said he's summer.
Ah, well. In some respects, the spring and summer court do resemble each other a little in that respect. Big family. Very big family.
And like Mariz pulls back from the hug, and like they're kind of like wiggling in like midair as like their wings are buzzing. They're very excited.
Well, he scoops up the tome and it just kind of vanishes into mist in his hand, in the pen. Just tucks that back into his hammer space. And then starts leading them back out of the library. Well, we can make the arrangements. It'd be nice to go back and see family myself.
Family trip.
Family trip. Yeah, family trip. I think we'll take a teleportation circle, so.
That's fair.
Yeah. But we can discuss the details. You find out what time would be best for your family. I can make arrangements. I do have a few things I need to take care of here in Toontown and the environments. Like he pulls out like another like a little planner and like starts flipping through it. But if you give me some advance notice.
Mariz is like vibrating. This is like, oh, that I suddenly have so much energy to do everything.
Yeah. Like he doesn't know quite what to do about that. But he's glad that he's pretty visibly glad that they came out of it better than they had gone in.
Yeah. They wave their hands in his face like, all right, planning stuff later. I suddenly want to do everything. How's that book that I got you?
Oh yeah, it's
Fuck, I'm getting a phone call. Give me one fucking second.
Hey folks, it's time for another commercial break. Problem is I don't know what to make the commercial break about. Have you got a commercial break and you don't know what to make a break about? Come down to the Bill's commercial break ideas emporium. We got it all here, folks. We got knickknacks that you don't need, knickknacks that you do need. We got mattresses that'll stay on the ceiling. We got mattresses that don't go anywhere. They're made of rock. We got mattresses for dragons. We got a disturbing amount of mattresses. Please come on down and take these mattresses. I got a potluck on Thursday and I can't have people asking why there's so many mattresses in my store. But anyway, you need ideas for a commercial? We got them. Looks like this commercial break needs to be a little bit longer. Are you tired of eating dry cereal? Is your bowl akin to the Sahara Desert? Come down to the grocery store and get a sack of milk. Yes, you heard me right. A sack of milk. For all you cereal eating needs. Oh, jeez. Marzi is still not back. Oh. It's just me giggling into the abyss. um, is your abyss sad and lonely? Hire a clown for the abyss. We specialize in balloon animals as big as the Titanic. Balloon iceberg optional. But beware if you look too long into the abyss, for it will look back and honk. Honk! Abyss clowns! uh, there's a goose in this abyss. It is a empty, dark day in the abyss, and you are a horrible goose. Yeah. All abyss clowns are terrified of their goose overlord. The dreaded honking from the deep. Oh, I love that gif. Oh, jeez. It swallowed me. Let's see. This is a long commercial break. Part of me is suspecting Marzi's just kind of sitting muted, waiting to see how long it'll take me to go and say. Joke's on them. I'm already insane.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back.
God, what did you fucking do while I was gone, you dweeb? Uh-huh.
You'll just have to listen back.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Mariz asked Johan how that book that they bought for him from their trip was.
Oh, just so you're good. Let's see. I've not actually given it very detailed analysis, but if you want, we could return to my room and have a chat.
Yes. I also have other books to show you.
Okay. That sounds like a good way to spend an evening. Would you be eating with us, or?
Is that?
We can eat it in the kitchen. I don't think the dining room would be to your liking.
Is that okay?
Yeah. If you want, you can call Dillinger to make sure that's okay.
Yes, Mr. Responsible, have me call my older sister.
Yeah.
Breaks who holds both of these characters.
We're not actually going to talk to Dillinger on this episode now. We'll just say that, yeah, Dillinger is called, book talks are had, and then you have a nice, probably a bit fancier than usual dinner in a nice kitchen, along with all the stone teeth badgers.
Mariz is very starry-eyed.
Like, all 201, all these stone teeth badgers are huge.
Mariz is used to people being taller than them.
They're bigger than Johan.
Johan isn't very tall.
He isn't.
If we're being honest. He just looks tall because he only hangs out with short people.
I mean, considering the time he spends here is surrounded by folks who dwarf him by a considerable percent.
I can understand why he makes friends
with He likes to feel tall.
He likes to feel tall. But during that, we could do this thing that I think we kind of did during Impromptu RP. Where Mariz is like, this is pretty rad. What a good day. Just friends hanging out. And then they kind of pause. And they turn red. And they're like,
What?
Nothing?
Like, he pauses and thinks it over. Ah, yeah, it is a very good way for two friends to spend it.
Yeah. It's
So,
fun. And yeah.
mhm. I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to call me your friend.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're like friends or whatever. You did help save me from an evil puppet and have also afterwards and before put up with me.
I don't know if I would say put up with you.
I'm a
Uh,
menace. Everyone knows it. I'm terrifying. A troublemaker.
well then I withstood your I am losing my words. Went a little insane during that commercial break. Don't worry.
God, I
Um,
thought I could heard you. I could hear you yelling through my headset. It was on my desk.
uh, but I withstood your initial attacks and weathered your uh, the awkward first stages of friendship, and now we are at a point where you can give me a broom of flying, and I can invite you over to my home, my home. Uh,
And
my
now,
homes. It is not this home. The Frühlingswald homes. There we go.
and now you're stuck with me. There's no getting rid of me now.
Well, you probably should head back at some point, unless you would like us to make a suite of rooms for you to sleep in tonight.
Ah. God, and he's probably not even saying it jokingly, but that gets all of their confidence gone. They're like, you don't have to do that. That's fine. It's cool. It's chill.
But what about what happened to not being able to get rid of you? It would be fine. You could have the suite next to Percy.
Whoops.
Oh, uh, Percival. Uh,
There's another
I,
person living in your house with you.
is how is that so odd? I mean, we have guest suites for a reason. Do you think we just have rooms to
I don't know. I didn't know another person. God, I didn't know another person would be here.
what? He generally keeps to himself, or I think maybe he was out today. So either way, yeah, there's Percy. I met him actually. Uh, it's actually a pretty fun story. There was a villain that was trying to kill us.
You hang on.
Yeah, like goes over like the story of like a captive audience.
Yeah, I watched that
Yeah.
one.
Brings out the 20 arrows that he still has in his hammer's face. And this was the ass he tried to shoot at us.
There's just wheezing through this fucking story.
Also, where I got the idea to do the Farton. Graffiti is fun.
Graffiti
Especially
is
when it inconveniences especially when it inconveniences the immoral.
you. Oh man, this is amazing. You're a menace.
I am an upstanding member of society, thank you.
You're a menace. I know. I know your true colors now. You fool of a boy.
You are the color changing twins. These are my colors.
I'll kick you. Don't test me.
Like looks down at their their little stick legs.
There's swats at him like, "Hey, watch it! I was able to lift up a whole real kind person."
That was impressive.
In a room full of people older than me, I was the only one who could lift up a real kind kid.
Okay, a real kind. You're gonna have to tell me that story. So I think Mariz is turn to relate the story of.
Yeah, it was into the thicket of it, which at this point of recording this is not done yet, but
Oh.
yeah.
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 But relates the entire all that they are comfortable relaying from that story. And since we're about an hour and 40 minutes into this,
I did want something I forgot to tell you. I did want Mariz to show Johan. Welcome to Fate School.
Oh boy. Yeah. So after dinner, retire to I don't know someplace with a TV in the manor.
They have both the manga volumes and also absolutely the physical DVD episodes. Anime night.
And through the course of watching the anime night, they get through 4 episodes, I want to say, and Johan is increasingly irate at just how completely misleading the rules of the Fae are presented in this series. No, that's no. It's the first time you've seen him get irate at something that
in the grand scheme of things, one little dinky anime doesn't matter, but it is the funniest shit to see him be upset about it. Mariz is just wheezing.
Johan is head and hands at the end of the 4 episodes. Mariz, thank you for bringing this, but I don't think I can stomach another episode.
Yeah, no, I thought you wouldn't be able to. My real kind friend said that the manga was bad too.
He looks at the manga, looks away.
Yeah. What, you didn't like the fact that they're all very sporty? Gotta love a bit of tennis.
What on earth was this person thinking? Well, I will be far too busy arranging business plans, learning to ride the broom of flying without, killing myself. Thank you again for that.
Yeah.
To read this particular manga.
That's fair.
Thank you.
I just wanted to show it to you because I thought you'd have a funny reaction. And I was right.
Just stares at Mariz for a bit.
They just grin at him. We're friends now. You're gonna have to deal with it.
As long as I don't have to deal with that. Points at her.
Yeah, alright, fine. I won't show you anymore.
Thank you. It's a nerve. Anyway. Unless you do plan on staying the night, you probably now would be a good time to return to your family.
Yeah, probably. Alright. And they stand up and they stretch.
And I think one of the stone teeth badgers, they come out, the chef comes out with a little parcel. A nicely little wrapped box of goodies to take home.
Oh.
Just all nicely wrapped up in a pretty little kitchen towel.
Mariz gets a little starry-eyed.
I expect you to bring that towel back now. Don't be a stranger.
Absolutely. Hang on. And they go digging in their hammer space. And one of the things that I said they have is if they have an endless amount of cookies that they have made just in their hammer space. and as Mariz is pulling out tons and tons of cookies, okay, I don't know how many people also work here and live here. I don't know how much is enough, but I have a lot.
Well, being as big as we are, we can put away a number of those. Thank you.
I hope you all like them.
Certainly we shall. So yeah, you are sent off with scones. scones made for dunking in tea.
Yes. Tea crimes.
Tea crimes. Blaze squinting at us from the...
And thus marks the beginning of Mariz charming every single fucking stone teeth in that house.
Yes. All these badgers. Badger, 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 badger.
No one can resist Mariz's adopt me vibe.
Mariz. But I think on that note, they have a very lovely visit.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
And hanging out with friend. Yeah, they just have a good time.
So after Mariz leaves, I think Johan takes the broom out to the courtyard in the back and practices flying over soft things.
Yeah, good. God.
But yay!
Yeah, oh man. Hell yeah. This is fucking cute.
But yeah. Woo! Well, thank you, Marzi. That was so tough.
Yeah, thank you for doing this with me, Breaks. Thank you, our beautiful listening audience, our beautiful future listeners.
Yeah. I love you all very much.
They're officially friends now.
They're friends, Your Honor.
Mariz usually is very bad at saying it out loud, but they've done it.
Yeah. Oh, it was very good. All right. Bye, everyone. I'm going to stop recording now. Bye. Woo!